Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zari and you guys are watching Finance Curve. This is another video where I'm going to be covering another venture capital that is investing heavily in cryptocurrency. Now, this video is specifically for those that have already invested in the major top cryptocurrency. Now, if you don't know what are the major cryptocurrency, hey, is for you guys to go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and see what are the top cryptocurrency. This segment for those that have a bit more risky appetite and are looking what out for the next cryptocurrency that could potentially generate 10 times return, 100 times return, or even more. So instead of you trying to become the guru of the cryptocurrency, we are looking at the guru of the actual cryptocurrency investment and going over the portfolio to see maybe there's something that might intrigue you. So again, this is not investment advice or trading advice. This is just literally going over venture capital Andreessen Horowitz and see which cryptocurrency or which crypto project has the juice to succeed. So stay tuned. So first we need to go to the website called a16z.com. So once you arrive to this website, then you go to portfolio and then you go to crypto. So Andreessen Horowitz is also considered to be, the name is A16Z. So one of the cool things is they actually have segregated and actually have separated all the investment by sector. So you have bio, crypto, consumer, enterprise, portfolio, and then you have obviously jobs. What we care about crypto. So in this case, from what I saw, they have invested so far in 21 projects. So if you look here briefly, you obviously have a seller that actually has now a market cap of over $1 billion. Coinbase, obviously, when they did the IPO, the value more than $100 billion. Compound and DYDX, it's also not big, but still quite, it's a known product or project. You have Keep, you have Maker, you have also Oracle, I would say. You have Filecoin that has reached more than $1 billion in market cap. Polychain, which is obviously venture capital for crypto. And then also you have Uniswap. Now, based on my calculation, this venture capital has invested in 21 projects. Out of the 21 projects, 7 out of the 21 were successful or have a price market. Again, this is the minimum. So if you look at, for example, Coinbase, Compound, Maker, for example, the all projects actually have a market valuation. So based on this calculation, it means that 33% or 1 out of 3 of their selection or the investment has been successful because there's a price market, because they obviously either went public or they were purchased by another company or acquired. So this really got me super excited. This is probably one of the first time that actually I'm going to be covering a lot of projects, a lot of companies that have invested, because I feel that this company is thinking big and is thinking long term. So first project I wanted to cover is a company called Aleo. Now Aleo, what they do, they actually create where application become private, modular and compliant. The ultimate toolkit for building private application is finally here. Now, what I'm thinking about is that actually if there is a company, an enterprise, or a bank that actually want to create an app or solution based on blockchain that is private, this will be the company that they will be probably purchasing their services or hiring the services. And again, we are now going into blockchain and cryptocurrency world where basically more and more company, more and more enterprise are going to embrace the technology. And obviously one of the most question mark is about the privacy. So having something like zero knowledge and obviously be able to build something as blockchain can really increase the value of the company and much more reassurance. So I think this is something that's really, really amazing, and it can potentially become very big. Once again, A16Z are thinking big and thinking long term. Now the next project I actually want to look at is a company called Anchorage Digital. So Encourage Digital, from what I was able to see here, they basically are raising the bar for digital asset finance, the most advanced digital asset platform for secure crypto custody, trading, staking, and governance, and more. This sort of platform literally are targeting, in most cases, I would say venture capital, family house, probably maybe some small bank, or an angel investor or accredited investor have a lot of money and are looking for a high-end service that are used from private banking. So I think this can be potentially quite a successful project if they're able to attract the right customer. And again, they're not targeting me and you, they're targeting the big guys, the guys that have millions of dollars, billions of dollars. That's why I think this can be quite interesting. And again, they are thinking about the long term, not the short term. This is another project I think can be potentially interesting. Now, another project is something called Airweave.org. So Airweave.org are basically creating a solution based on blockchain where you're able to store your data permanently. So the whole concept is that if you don't pay what you're supposed to pay to host your website or host your data, at some point it's gonna become invalid and you're gonna have the 404 error code. So the whole concept is that you're gonna have a system where people get incentive to constantly store your data, and obviously they're gonna be rewarded with a token, for example. So if this were to be successful, because there's a token involved, you can potentially, if you understand this technology, if you believe in this direction, you can potentially look at buying this token. So the fourth one that I think is kind of interesting, it's called Axoni. So Axoni, they basically are, maybe I'll call them a white label company that are trying to create for institutional, for enterprises, a blockchain and distributed ledger solution. So again, I don't know who are part of the team, but I think having an external company that have proven themselves to be able to create blockchain solution and distributed ledger might have some implication for any enterprise. Instead of hiring people, you actually are outsourcing the technology and the development, and obviously this might be something interesting. So again, this is something that they're not targeting, mainly they're targeting enterprise. So another cool project I actually thought was super cool, it's called Dfinity. So the Dfinity are basically the internet computer. The last original layer 1 blockchain project is launching a revolutionary public network that provides a limitless environment for smart contracts that run at web speed, serve web, scale, and reduce compute cost by 1,000,000 times or more. Build everything from DeFi to mass market tokenized social media, serving that run on chain or extended Ethereum dApp. So I think this is something that might get some more steam in the future if they're able to market well, if the products seem to be really working. And I think this is something that you should probably maybe follow them on the social media and see how's it going, see like the roadmap, and if there is any token. Once you've done the restart, this is something that might be valuable in the future. Now, another one that I thought was super cool is called Diem. So it's called Diem Project. They're trying to build an innovative financial network that empower people and business around the world. So I think for me, this is something that what Facebook maybe tried to do, and this company seemed to do it. So basically it's all about mobile payment, stablecoin, and fast transactions. So from all around the world, scalable and secure. So I think they're trying to create something like, I guess, PayPal that is more stable and it's reaching more third world countries or people that are using the service but they're already paying a lot of fee, or it's not as fast. So obviously if you look at people maybe from the Philippines, they send a lot of money every month back home. Instead of using maybe Western Union, they might be looking at using Diem, for example. So this is something that again might be interesting. Obviously you need to follow the project, and if they have any token, that's how you'll be able to participate, unless you're able to invest in this project. If you're a credit investor, if you have a venture capital. Now, another one that actually I'm very excited about this project because first of all, I like the website. The website look amazing. It's called Echo. So meet Echo. So Echo really make me think it's like a mobile wallet. So this, it seems like they're targeting more American because of the comparison. So from what I can see here, they actually are benchmarking themselves between what to be the interest on the ballots they will get if it was through the bank or if it was through other financial institution. And then you have them where they actually give you up to 5%. So 2.5% on your balance and up to 5% when you refer friends. So this is currently their business model. Every time you spend at your favorite merchant, you get 5% back. So I think this is really something that can be really interesting. Obviously now there's a big movement in regards to moving mobile wallet, mobile payment, and I think if this company is able to market themselves very well and able to do the right partnership, this can be quite interesting. Again, I doubt that they're gonna have their own token, but I think this can be quite interesting. Now, another one that I actually thought is quite interesting is called Element Fee. So obviously they are riding on the wave of DeFi and yield farming. And one of the issue of yield farming that you actually need to lock your token for a specific period of time to earn those reward. And what they're trying to do is basically it's a flexible yield. So you don't have to lock it. You can literally move in, move out. And you don't need to be stuck with this platform that they are providing yield or the DeFi platform, which is quite interesting. So you can see they have actually a lot of venture capital have backed them, and I think this can be really interesting. I'm waiting to see if they're gonna issue their own token, what will be the business model, if they're actually gonna be enabling people to join the pool. So this is something that I'll definitely keep an eye on, and I obviously highly recommend you guys to follow them on Twitter and on their social media just to see the roadmap, to understand if you like what they're doing, and obviously there's any incentive for you to obviously to invest either by buying the token, they're gonna have the token, or not. So another one that I actually thought was super cool, it's a project called Foundation App where you can actually buy NFT. This seemed very professional, and I think that whoever designed the website did a very good job. And it's not actually too expensive here. I think the most expensive one is the art that was made of Vitalik. That's currently is valued at the current bid is 8 Ether, but everything else is quite affordable, I guess. Anyone can actually purchase it. So I think this is kind of cool. Now, another one that I actually thought was kind of cool, it's Harbor, which was recently purchased by BitGo. As I remember, the A16Z has invested in them, so obviously already have their exit in a way, for example. And this is quite interesting. So they're actually trying to create an alternative investment experience focusing on digital platform, digital asset. So I think this is kind of interesting. Okay, again, they're not targeting me, they're targeting banks, they're targeting venture capital. And I think the fact that BitGo purchased them, I think BitGo saw something that, the same thing that A16Z saw. They also saw there is a big potential. They can actually bring them along as part of BitGo partner or part of the BitGo entity that they purchased, and obviously to take it to another level. Now, there's another project which is called Near. And Near, it's basically infrastructure for innovation. Near is an open source platform that accelerates the development of decentralized application. So basically, from what they're saying, you can build your first app in 5 minutes. Now, I like this because this is gonna really give many people that have a lot of ideas, they don't have necessary skills to build a project on a blockchain without having so much or any technical blockchain, which we call no code, which I think it's amazing. And again, if they're gonna have a token or if they're gonna have a way for you guys to invest and you really believe what they're doing, check them out. Now, another one that I thought was super cool is called Oasis Lab. So collect, protect, govern. Build a more trusted product with the latest in data security and governance technology. Again, they are targeting venture capital, they are targeting banks, institutional, to obviously to create the services that they actually are interested, or they all care about security and privacy. And I think this company might be able to really make a business out of it. So this is from what I can see, they already have some customers or some partners that are helping them to bring more customers already working with them. All right, so and then you have another one. This is basically for NFT platform, discover, collect, and sell extraordinary NFT. If you are into NFT and you actually want, instead of actually buying an NFT, you actually want to own the marketplace around NFT, this is also an option for you guys. If you have a way to do it, do it if you believe in the whole ecosystem. If you don't have a way to do it, maybe find a specific NFT that you think is undervalued and then obviously sell it for a higher price in the future. Now, another one that we're actually looking at is Protocol Labs, is building the next generation of the internet. And again, if you're noticing that A16Z is literally investing in the infrastructure of different niche or different verticals. In this case, they actually are creating is an open source research and development lab. We build protocol, tools, and service to radically improve the internet. Our products serve thousands of organizations and millions of people. So again, I think this is kind of cool. I don't know how you're gonna be able to make money. I think the only way for you guys to make money is basically if this company were to go public, which I don't know if it's gonna happen, if they're gonna be acquired by another company, or if they're gonna create a system where they actually are able to issue a token and you get a reward in a way. So I think what they're doing is actually kind of cool. And again, we have to wait and see how far they're gonna go. So this project called Riley really made me think of an existing product or a company called Patreon, where basically creators are able to find another way for them to get incentive or to increase their revenue by basically creating an additional exclusive content to the member, where the member actually are paying a monthly fee to actually access this information or data or image or whatever it's going to be. Now, so Crypto for Creator. Rally is an open network that enables creators to launch vibrant and independent economy with a community powered by the Ethereum blockchain. So creator, artist, and community leader launch your own digital currency powered by the blockchain. So in this case, what it is basically, if you have a large community, you can obviously create your own token, and based on the token, if the person has in a wallet, they're also able to get certain incentive, maybe, I don't know, ask you a question in your webinar, maybe, I don't know, vote on the next topic for the video, I don't know, but this is the way they're doing it. And from what I can see, they have a token called RLY, or Rally token, currently valued at $1. Again, obviously do a bit more research, you understand who they are, what they're doing, but I think it's kind of cool. Now, another one that I thought was kind of interesting, it's called Trust Token. From what I can see, they have already more than $1.1 billion in their bank account or token that has been issued. So money for the new global financial system. So this is literally another stablecoin. The stablecoin called Trust Token. So basically you can do traders, exchanges for retail user, DeFi protocol, lender, and borrower. And they even have stablecoin in dollar, pound, Australian dollar, Canadian dollars, and Hong Kong dollars. And even though it has over $1.1 billion, I haven't seen it in many platforms. To be honest, I haven't seen it at all. Again, they probably regulated in the US, and again, there is obviously a business use case in actually issuing a stablecoin, and you have the money in your bank account, and obviously you can actually take that money and maybe invest and get some interest. So if you have $1.1 billion in your bank account, you can literally invest it in low risk and make 1% or 2% And 2% out of $1.1 billion, we're talking about $10 million, $10 to $20 million, for example. And this is something that's kind of interesting and obviously for you guys to understand. And if I want to do a recap, so from what I noticed, so Andreessen Horowitz is literally investing in NFT marketplace, in blockchain infrastructure, and in the next financial alternative, which is the strategy that they have been using for all this time. They're investing in projects that usually are new at the time and actually have very crazy ideas. And if you look for the long run, in most cases, it actually worked out. So because of that, I did cover a lot of projects, because when you have a success rate of 1 out of 3 of crypto investors you invested were successful or became quite popular, you also want to take a bit more time in looking at those projects and do your own research or an analysis. So this is it for me for today. I hope this video is going to give you some more insight, and that's it. Until next time, bye bye.